For most of the 20th century, Detroit was unstoppable. It built the cars, it built the middle class, it built the American dream with steel, rubber and assembly lines. And then it built absolutely nothing else. This is the story of how dependence on a single industry turned America's richest city into a case study of collapse. In the early 1900s, Detroit hit the jackpot. The automobile industry exploded. Factories multiplied, jobs flooded in. Ford, General Motors and Chrysler didn't just dominate Detroit, they were Detroit. Wages were high, employment was stable, growth looked permanent, which is usually when history reaches for a clipboard. Detroit's strategy was simple. Cars worked, let's do cars forever. The city built infrastructure around auto manufacturing, trained workers for one skill set, tied tax revenue to factory output. This wasn't stupidity, it was confidence, and confidence feels very similar to inevitability. By the mid-20th century, cracks appear. Automation reduced labor needs, foreign competition increased, manufacturing efficiency rose, employment did not. Other cities diversified, Detroit doubled down, because when something has always worked, changing it feels unnecessary until it feels urgent. Detroit's economy had a single failure point. If cars struggled, jobs vanished, tax revenue collapsed, services declined. There was no backup system, no secondary engine, just the hope that demand would return. Hope is not a strategy. By the 1970s and 80s, Japanese automakers entered the market. Fuel efficiency mattered, quality standards rose. Detroit's manufacturers were slow to adapt. Why rush? They dominated before, they assumed they would again. History does not reward assumptions. As factories closed, workers left, property value fell, tax bases shrank, public services suffered, infrastructure decayed, investment fled. The city entered a loop where decline reinforced decline. Dependence became entrapment. Government intervention arrives, bailouts saved companies, they did not rebuild cities. Jobs did not return at scale, automation ensured they wouldn't. Detroit survived, but it did not recover its role. The system has changed. Detroit could have diversified earlier, but diversification feels risky when dominance feels safe. New industries require retraining, uncertainty, short-term pain. Auto-dependence avoided pain until it multiplied it. Detroit's collapse wasn't caused by cars, it was caused by a single point failure. When one industry becomes your economy, your identity, your tax base, its decline becomes existential. Detroit didn't fail because it chose the wrong industry, it failed because it chose only one. System built for efficiency collapse when conditions change. Resilient systems build options. Detroit once powered the world on four wheels. What it lacked was a second engine, because when success convinces you to stop adapting, history does the adapting for you. Hit like, subscribe, and next time we look another city that built everything on one pillar and discovered how quickly it can fall.